tonight to our cover story. And a busy week ahead for the state capitol. State lawmakers tackling several major items, including more money for those who are still recovering from Hurricane Ian. And immigration also on the table in Tally as more people and more boats are winding up in the Florida Keys. And of course, there is the Disney issue. Governor DeSantis now wants to have a say in how that company manages all that land in and around Disney World. Our Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders joining us live at the Capitol tonight. And Forrest, there's a lot of loose ends to attend to here.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul, and not a lot of time to do it. I mean, this is a place that's no stranger to special sessions. If you can believe it, in the last year and a half, we've had 7 special sessions, but typically lawmakers have at least a month of notice. This time around, things came together in less than a week. With only a few days' notice,
members, please take your seats.
The House and Senate are back in action this week in limiting Disney's power under the Reedy Creek Improvement District topping the list. The bill coming in hot almost an hour after Monday's first gavel drop. It reins in the district's power, which currently manages the land around the Orlando parks like a county government. A 5-person state board would now oversee it with appointments by the governor. A new name, too. The, quote, Central Florida Tourism Oversight District.
We need to get done now, sooner rather than later.
State Senator Travis Hudson is going to be handling the Senate's version of the policy. He said the goal is to get the deal done ASAP and off the table ahead of the regular session. Same thing with the retooling of college student-athlete policy for name, image, likeness compensation.
There's a couple other bills that are important, so we're here. Might as well get it done.
Those other bills include dedicating a state prosecutor to the Election Crimes Office, more hurricane relief for Nicole and Ian victims, and reworking the state's migrant deportation program currently under litigation. Challenge brought by State Senator Jason Pizzo.
Are you saying that you're here because, or I guess you're meeting this week because of your lawsuit, or?
So I think it's a large part.
The Democrat alleging the special session is little more than an attempt by the governor to cover his tracks. That's after questions swirl about the legality of last year's state-ordered flights of about 50 Venezuelans from Texas to Massachusetts.
Shut up and sit down, do as I tell you to do, okay, and fix a bad decision I made. And fix bad choices that we made. That's why we're here.
Republicans have dismissed the allegation, and the governor's office is focusing on Disney in a statement saying the special session will, in part, limit the company's unaccountable powers. Quote, Florida is dissolving the corporate kingdom and beginning a new era of accountability and transparency. Now, one thing that we keep saying over and over and reminding you is that Republicans have supermajorities in both chambers, which means that these bills are likely to pass sometime later this week, potentially into next week, and get to the governor's desk. Paul?
Yeah, next week. And meanwhile, the real session, we're only about a month away from that for us. So, all right. So with all the fuss and the headline and the hoopla over Mickey Mouse speaking up about the Don't Say Gay bill, does the governor's plan here really just come down to a rename, a rebrand, and the governor now being in charge of selecting the board?
Well, the governor's not going to see that, but he is just one of a number of voices on this policy, because you also have some Republicans, some far-right Republicans, like former Rep. Anthony Sabatini, who's already criticizing this plan, saying that it does not go far enough, that this is essentially just preserving the district, as you said, renaming it and eliminating a few of their powers. So it's going to depend on who you ask here, but there is already sort of a difference between what some Republicans, establishment Republicans, say and those on the far right. So we'll have to see as this thing goes along.
All right, Tallahassee in real time. Forrest Saunders, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.